So hi to everyone, and this video is for showcasing my project. The project is about newspaper headlines website. This project is basically about showing the latest news, and also it facilitated a news, not news, search bar on the top right side. You can see on the screen. I am showing you, and in this you can see any news you want to. So you can search about cricket, football, anything you want, software engineer, anything, gameplay, any. And now I'm going to explain the projects, every files which I have added in this making on in making this project. So this project basically contains three this project basically contains this project basically contains three files. First is index.html, which is very common in every project, and style.scss and app.js. So app.js is basically the function, the whole function, whatever happened in the subject website is done here, written here. And index.html is the layout of the website, and style.js is the styling of the web page. So let me start from the index.html. In index.html, we have first given the link to in style.css, and in body we have added the element navigation section, in which we have uh, which we have in which we had yeah which we, in which we have added the attribute, which is taking a logo of the website, which is not an image, but as a word that I have designed it. Okay, it's new dot important. So const API key, I have created the API key to take the input API key, which I have taken from the online Google news API. You can see it Chrome. And then we declared block container, which will take document DOM of block container. So here we have we have created constant block container, search field, search bar, search button to take the DOM reference with the element ID respectively, the block container, search input, search button, which we have initialized, which we have written in index.html. I will show you the block container is this. The DOM of this is what block container, and the DOM of search container is what search container, search not function, is search input. Search input is where, search input is here. Here is search input. Why we have taken the search input? Search input is taken to take the query. We will take a sentence from where the what the user had written, and we will check it in the API where it matches, and we will print that article of news on the display, so that the aim would be. And now we come to asynchronous function. This function is especially for fetching the fetching the article from the API, from using API from the server. So here we have written the asynchronous function fetch random news. This will fetch the news from the API by using API URL, and will at last it will give the article which will be displayed on the display screen. Okay, so first we will assign the API URL, which is taken from the API which will give the API URL to the API URL constant, and then we will create a constant response which we have assigned await fetch API URL. What is this doing? Await is the function used with async is asynchronous function, basically mean that the where the await what is written, then that function will be processed until it is done. Nothing other, like the console.data will not be run until this function is done, this is completed. So await and async is used for uh, pausing the execution process until a specific execution is done. Okay, so data is taking the response.json. No, so response is taking the fetch the data from UPI URL, and then data the constant data, this is used to take the conversion of response from API fetch data into JSON format. Okay, so after conversion of JSON format, we have returned the data.article. Article is nothing but it's an object inside the data. The JSON format, we have given the JSON format. Okay, the data is giving the JSON format. In JSON format there are many objects. JSON form in data, and there are many object like article, and there would be country. In country, the US, India. That if we want uh, the data of India, then we will write data dot India. It will give the India basic news, and articles it will give the random articles of the worldwide. Okay, so we are basically taking the worldwide articles from the data object, data constant. Okay, so data dot articles will, this function nothing is nothing but it's just returning the the data articles of the news. Okay, and also I have used try and catch error so that I could handle the potential errors during the API call, because there is much chances that the error will occur in in this process, because taking and fetching the uh, data from API is very time taking also, and also sensitive, so that it can get error quickly. So the catch block, this block of code will return the error in console if the try block is not run due to some reason or any error. Okay, then we come to search button dot add event listener. This is an add event listener to the search button DOM reference of search input. Okay, so this search button, we know search button that is on the upper right hand side. If the user touched it, click it, then we would take the query, whatever it has, search button, the button which we will press to get the news of some relative whatever we had written in the search bar. Okay, so the search button element is just a click function, which also asynchronous, which will take the value written on that, and we also naming this value for better function and query constant. And then we check if query is not empty, then we would take the query in this function fetch new query. The const articles will await, will take do run this function, and also we have used await because this will can take a little time, that can take some time, so we will wait, we will pause the execution until this process is done. Okay, so after this, what is this basically we have studied it now. No, this function we have not studied. This function is in this, the function is below this code, which is fetching. We will learn this after this. And after we display blog particles article, we display blog is another function we have written below the fetch news query. This is doing the basic things, the most important thing, that is adding the articles into the HTML layout. Okay, we will study this after that. So after this we got yes, it will display the article. I also used this try and catch here also, so that I could maintain the error potential errors, and um, so I can handle the error gracefully, and could do debugging. I also done debugging much better. And now come to fetch news query. This will take argument of query. Try block will take a UPI URL of this reference in which we have written the query. Everything queue. This queue is related to that in this API. There is something queue, that queue will capture the what about the article is. Okay, like if it's written Trump, then it will take the Trump related news here, and will give in response constant, which will fetch the data from that API URL. Okay, then we have again done the same thing, data constant that will convert the response into JSON format, and then we have written the data dot articles. And after that we have also catch function, which will raise the error, not raise error, but the console, will log the console will log the in console the error whatever is coming. Okay, after this we have display block of articles, and this display blog function take our argument as articles. Articles is what we have seen here, it's display articles. Okay, after fetching news query is what uh, taking news articles particularly related to query, whatever the query is related to query is nothing but whatever the user had written in the search bar. Okay, so we are going to display blog contains the blog container dot inner HTML. Blog container is what blog container we have studied up, we have read above the code, which is what is nothing but a DOM reference to a blog container. Okay, so blog container dot inner HTML equals to empty quoted quote inverted quote. What this means, we have just in HTML first initializing the block container equals to empty article dot for each in function article, for each article. This will do the this function whatever we have written with each article of these articles. This article contains many articles, so we are using for each function to make each object of these articles to go through this function. Okay, let's understand. For each article which will const block card equals to document dot create enter div. We are creating a block card which will create an element. Div will create a div element. Block card dot class list dot add. We are creating a class list in block card as a block card class name block card. Okay, then we adding the constant in img which is document dot create element img which will add the image to this constant, and then we are adding image using image.src equals to article.url to emg. What is url to emg? url to emg articles image. We are taking image from article. Okay, we first created a constant img of which has a dom reference to the img element. Img, we know mg contains src, so we are putting the value of image of the instanced article to the src of the image dom reference. Okay, so then I have done the debug, that is console.log article.ur to image. This is I have done this to see the um, console to see the result so that I can check. um, So in img.alt we have taken given the img alt to article dot title, whatever the type image of the article have the title, we have given that alt to the alt of the image. Now we created a title of title constant which contain the dom reference to the element h2. H2 we know it is for highlighting uh, the sentence. Okay, so then we have translated translated title equals to constant translated article constant equals to article dot title dot length if greater than 30. We have created this to check if the title, whatever we have taken, we have given in title constant, is greater than 30, because we will not write more than 30 in the article that what we have because it will be more lengthy and the user don't want that. User want to see only the basic headlines of this of the news. Okay, so we are basically first taking the article dot title dot length is greater than 30. This is quaternary. Okay, quaternary. This is quaternary. We said quaternary object. If it is greater than 30, it will print the article dot title dot slice. Um, Otherwise and that throws in the range 0 comma 30, and if it is not greater than 30, then it will simply write the article dot title, whatever the title is, because it would be greater smaller than the 30 length. So what we call it, I just asked it where operator we have used the ternary operator here. Okay, so after that we have taken title dot text content equals to truncated title. So we have first created a title which is a dom reference to h2. Okay, h2 element, and after that we have given title the title the text content, you know, it is used like class list, class name and id name. It is also text content, so it will write like text content translated title. Okay, then we come to description constant which will have the dom reference to create the element p, and after that we have created another translated description. Okay, which is equals to article dot description dot length. Okay, there is two things, title and description. Okay, in the article we have taken first title and then description dot length. If the description dot length is 120 more, then we will we will slice it between the range 0 comma 20 um, and otherwise we will return the whatever the length of the description is, as it is article dot description. Okay, then we come to description dot text content. We will write the translated des. Okay, this is basically storing that particular length of description, and after that we are putting this the content in the text content of the description with the dom reference to this article p, and then we come to block card dot append child img. Okay, block card dot append child img. Now we are adding block card. What is block card? We know is, you can see here, we have created block card here. Let's assume this div. Okay, let's assume this div. There we have created block card and img. We have not added the img container till now. Okay, and also h2 and also p and also not p. So we are first appending it to that. So block card dot append, this is basically that particular, we have created it separately and not creating it in the same div. It is not in the same div. Block card is a div, and in block card we have added the class name block card, and after that we have not written any block card. That means we have not done any changes to block card. We have created the elements of block card, img element, then we have created title element, then we have created description element. Okay, and now we will add it to, and the way of adding the elements of a div to it, that if the element is outside the div and we want to add it to the div, another div, then we have to use the append child function. Okay, so block card is basically the reference to the DOM reference to the div of class name block card. Okay, block card dot append child of whatever the name, not name, it's a DOM name or DOM reference name of the image, that is also img for easier view. Okay, so we have append child img, then we have appended the blocker dot append child description and title, then we at last we have the blocker dot add event listener, click comma function add arrow curly bracket window dot open article dot url comma blank. Okay, this at last we have add event listener because we have written this window dot open article dot url comma blank because we like if the this window dot open will take you the usually take the user to the main website from where the that particular news is from. Like if it's from ABPI or any NDTV channel, then it will go to, you will take you to that particular channel or the website from where the news is taken. Okay, and if for some reason this not worked, then it will print the blank, then it will give you the blank. Okay, this blank is for that. And now the thing is, now the explanation is done, and the last thing is block container dot append child block card. Oh, the block container is what we have not studied about block container. Block container dot inner html is oh, block container is nothing but a document reference to the block container. Block container is a container we don't know container. This is the main function, main section, which is we have created block container. Now we will take the div into the block container. So block container dot append child block card. So that is, here we end this explanation of this project, and the project name is, we all know, I'm repeating it again, the project name is news article website, and I will last show you how it works. Like if I see this is my website, if I search anything on this like developer or AI, it will give that referred news article. Okay, and if I click on the on that particular and any what I want to see the news, then it will take me to that particular website from where the API has taken the data. Okay, so that's all my project is about, and at the end I would say thanks for seeing my video. It's very great for me to explain this to you. Thank you.